Hello, my friends. It's Liz here. Thank you for joining me today. I'm going to be sharing some new items that I've added inside my ideas journal. I've previously shared this with you before. I've got two going right now. The larger one, I do have a video of a flip through, and I will link that in the description box below if you haven't seen it. I will also update everything on my blog, plus some additional things that I may forget. I've also finished my latest digital, so I'll be showing you a little bit of that in a few minutes. But first, I wanted to get started with the really easy projects that we are going to add. Now, these are just additional different ways that you can add pockets into your junk journals, as well as just little ephemera pieces that you can add to that as well. They are super easy to make. The first one we're going to make is this little peek out pocket. I guess it's more like an interactive pocket. And then you can see here how really nice it is to just open it up. It doesn't look like there's anything in it. I initially made these clutches, ephemera holder clutches, and I do have a tutorial for these as well, which I will link below. I've got a few versions on how to make these, but because for this particular one I was using the paper bags, I was left with the bottoms of the paper bags, and I have quite a few, and I really wanted to use them, and so I thought this was the nicest way to add them to my journals. I've got like a secret pocket. They're so fun and easy to put together, and that's what we'll start with first. And then I thought about doing the little fabric swatches, and these again are super fun and easy to make, so I'll show you how to make one of these. There I just added some of Tracy Fox's digitals as well, and you don't really need much to make it. If you've worked with paper bags before and you end up cutting the bottoms of them, then this will be a perfect project to use those up. But I like the fact that it's like a little secret pocket that you can add, and it doesn't look like there's anything in it until you actually, pull the tab, and then you've got your pocket coming out. So it's super easy. I'm just using leftover digital papers that I have from a previous project. I like to save all my pieces and then just figure out a different way to use them. I'm just eyeballing this, so I'm not really, cutting it to a specific size. This really will depend on the size of the paper bag that you are using, and whatever your bottom size is left. But you can see here, I'm just cutting strips to cover the top and the back of the paper bag. I have updated my blog a little bit, and I've actually got a link to my shop as well. And then I'll be adding some freebies as well going forward. If you haven't checked out my blog, please do so. Again, it will be in the description box below. And I will also try and put it in the eye above here for the video, so you can click to it easier. And I also wanted to say welcome to all my new subscribers. I've had quite a few in the last few weeks. So welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. I do like to share different types of projects that I am currently working on. I have several tutorials that you can check out. I have craft with me videos. And I also have a few videos for those of you that are beginning and starting to make junk journals and trying to figure out different ways to make them. So I do share a few very easy ideas on binding your journals and what to use to make your journal covers, etc. I found that that was very useful to me when I started a while back, and so I thought I would add a playlist to my channel sharing that with those of you that are new to the junk journal community as well. And leave a comment below and let me know what else you would be interested in me sharing with you, what types of things you would like to learn if you are new to the junk journal community, as well as other projects that you might like to see on my channel. Definitely let me know, and I will try and put something together, because I truly do appreciate your support, and I would like to make videos that you would be interested in watching. And something else that I'm thinking I will be doing is I will be changing my video uploads to be 2 times a week. I'm finding that that's probably the the best way to share with you, and it gives me some time to also prepare and edit and make all the different tutorials that I like to share with you. So I will definitely be uploading videos on Sundays, and then I'll be adding one day during the week as well for that. And if you have any days that you find that you take the time to watch more videos on YouTube, let me know, and maybe I can get that day during the week to share more projects with all of you. But of course, if I do happen to have the additional video here and there that I want to share, I will add that as well. Okay, so we are done with this first project. You saw how easy it is to put together. It's just a matter of using your favorite scraps and just make something new out of them. So I really like how the little secret pocket has turned out. And now we are going to start the next project. All right, so for the next project, we're going to be making this little fabric swatch, and they're so fun and easy to make. Again, using your leftover scrap pieces of paper. I'm just going to take this fabric strip and cut it a little bit smaller, and really all you need to do is measure your fabric to fit the piece of scrapbook paper that you are going to be using, so that it sort of has a little border around it and it's not too much paper in the background. Again, for this one, I'm just going to add one piece of fabric, but if you wanted to, you could add, several different layers, maybe some laces and some ribbons and some fabric. And I think that would be such a cute little fabric swatch to, share with friends. Sometimes I have these really beautiful pieces of textiles, but I don't have a lot of it. So I think this would be such a cute way to share that with your friends. So as you see here, I'm just trying to decide how long I want my paper to be. I only want a little bit left at the bottom from my fabric, and then I take into consideration folding the flap down to cover the top of the fabric. And so now I'm just going to cut my piece so that it fits, like I said before, sort of to have a really nice border around the fabric, but not to have too much of the scrapbook paper left. So I have to say, recently I have found that most of the videos that are suggested for me on YouTube are all the same, and they seem to have the same ways of crafting and the exact same theme, and I'm just finding that there's not a lot of variety. So I've been really trying to look for other ways to find inspiration, because it just seems like everything has been done and it's just getting sort of revisited over and over again. I'm not sure if you're finding the same thing, but I'm really looking for just new things to do. I haven't been working on junk journals in a little bit, so I might get back into doing that, but I'm not quite sure, because I really have enjoyed making these quick and easy projects that you can pick up a few pieces, maybe one sheet of paper, and just get that done. Something super quick, especially for times when you're feeling very creative but you're not sure what you want to make. I'm finding that I really just enjoy making a few pieces here and there, and then moving on to something else. I'm just not feeling the inspiration to spend too much time on, maybe let's say one ephemera piece. And I haven't done a lot of bulk kind of crafting, so I'm not making 20 things at once. I'm just finding that that's not where my creativity is going. But maybe it's something that I should consider going forward. I'm not sure. I really like to make these quick and easy projects so that I can, share them with friends and in swaps, etc., but not have too much left over. But I am thinking that maybe I'll put some kits together, because I've always enjoyed the idea of getting like a nice quick kind of surprise kit of various ephemera pieces that I can use. I find that I enjoy kind of pulling things out that I can easily use right away. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the last quick and easy project. Now, it's basically an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper that you fold to make the different pockets and tuck spots and, different places to add ephemera. So we're going to make one of them in this video, and I'm just going to show you, I guess, the different sizes that you could use as well, depending on what size of journal you are using, or for this particular one, it's a traveler's notebook. So before I get started though, I did want to show you my latest digitals. My latest digitals have French ephemera again. This is like a collage of different ephemera, French ephemera pieces. They're all vintage, and I just love how that came out. I also have a fussy cut one, and I love this one because I did the background so that you can reuse the background paper if you wanted to. Like, you can punch out things with your paper punches, etc. And then this one also has a vintage French script with some labels, a little journaling card, and another little tag. And I thought it was just the perfect combination for any project, really. I tried to keep the colors neutral and floral, of course. And the background, like I said, for this one has nice designs that you can, use when you're cutting up your fussy cut pieces. Here you can see what your page would look like if you're folding it over in your larger journal. And of course, you can cut out all the pieces separately and use them as little ephemera if you're doing your own collage work in your journal or your journal entry. So I will have links to my new digitals below, and let's get started with the project that I was going to share with you. So if you have a large journal, you can see that this is the 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. This would be too big to put in there, so you would have to cut it to size. But the one we'll be making today is for the traveler's notebook size, which is a lot smaller. So I'm basically cutting it to, I think, 6 inches tall. And this is all the cuts you're really going to make to make this little project. So I'm going to, decide which part of the kit I want to use. I decided I'm using the top part of this page, and I'll keep the rest for a different project. And then it's so super fun and easy to do. It's just about how you fold it, where your score lines are, etc. So the first score line is going to be at 3.5 inches. And that's because I found that in the traveler's notebook, it gives you a nice space around the page, but you can still fold the paper over. So I think, again, it depends on how big you want your pocket to be. That's where you would do your score line. You also have to be aware of the way your paper is facing and what you want your flip out pocket to be, and which page is going to be glued to your journal page. So right now I'll make the first score line, which is at 3.5 inches. And then this is just basically going to be the only score line that I make, because the rest of the page I'm going to fold just to fit within this first fold, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. So I'm just using the score line to reach this side of the page, and this is as far as I want that to go. You don't want to fold it over the score line that you initially did, and you can see that you've got a little bit of leftover there, but that's okay, because where the ballerina is, that's the part that I'll be attaching to my actual page. And then the other pieces are the pieces that I'll be folding over to make a pocket. So I just like to fold my paper on all sides, because I find that that keeps the page from actually tearing. So this is going to be the pocket. And then this ballerina part is what you're attaching to your page. And so let me just show you what the next step is. Like I said, it's super fun and easy to do. And it's just a matter of gluing your two sides to make your pocket. So again, for this project, I like to use wet glue, because if you use like a double-sided sticky tape, whatever you would put in your pocket would probably get stuck a little bit on the edges, and I don't like that. So for this project, I like to do to use the wet glue, and it's also this specific wet glue because it won't warp your pages. If you want to see the link to my favorite supplies, I will link that below, just in case you're wondering what types of paper I like to use, like the glue, etc. So I'm just adding glue to 3 sides of the page here, and then folding the other side over. And now this is going to be my top pocket. And then, as you can see now, I'm just making sure that the glue adheres to both sides. So this will be where I have my pocket. the flip out, and then the part that you're attaching to your page. So I'm going to attach a little tab to it because I find it's just so much easier, so that, you know, the person that has this in the page knows that, you know, you kind of, it's interactive, so that this would flip over. And just gluing this, of course, again, I'm using my scraps. I've just cut out a bunch of scraps and made some little tabs with them. And then I'm just going to put this in the center, just so that, again, I'm just eyeballing it. And then this way it will just show that, you know, this is a part that you would flip over, so that you know when that's on the page. And of course, then you've got your flip out part. You can add, you know, more pockets to it as you wish. You can collage more pieces on top. I really like that you can make so many pockets with one sheet of paper, depending on, you know, where you fold it and where you add additional little pieces to tuck things in. So I hope you enjoyed the share. Thank you so much for joining me today. Don't forget to leave a comment below, leave a thumbs up, check out my blog for more details. If I forgot anything here, I'll probably add it there. And I will see you next time. Thanks so much for stopping by.